Hello and welcome back to my Alaska travel series. We're kind of talking our way through some of the ports of call you might visit on an Alaska cruise. All of the ports we've discussed so far are in Southeast Alaska. Today we're going to be talking about Sitka. Sitka is located on Baranof Island, and it's halfway between Ketchikan and Skagway. Sitka was originally inhabited by Tlingit people until it was claimed by Russia, renamed New Archangel, and declared the capital of Russian Alaska in 1808. The sale of Alaska to the United States from Russia took place in 1867, with a ceremony held at Baranof Castle State Historic Site, and that's in Sitka. Alaska Day is celebrated every year on October 18th to celebrate the transfer of Alaska from Russia to the United States. Though it was short-lived, the Russian influence on Sitka is still visible today in the architecture and culture of the area. Some popular sites to view the Russian influence include the Russian Bishop's House, St. Michael's Cathedral, and the Baranof Castle State Historic Site. Sitka recently renovated the harbor to make space for an additional cruise ship, which increased their daily cruise ship capacity to 2 large cruise ships. As with most locations along the Inside Passage, you can't drive to Baranof Island or Sitka. You do have to get there by land or by sea. Sitka has daily service from Alaska Airlines year-round, and Delta Airlines flies there seasonally. You can also get to Sitka via small plane craft. Sitka is also a year-round stop on the Alaska Marine Highway system, and it's a popular destination for cruise ships. Some points of interest. Baranof Castle State Historic Site is commonly referred to as Castle Hill. It's a historical site located right in downtown Sitka, managed by the Alaska State Park System, and is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. It was historically a fortified site, initially built by the Tlingit people, and then it was occupied by Russia. Today there is an accessible walkway to the top of the hill offering great views of downtown Sitka. The Russian Bishop's House is the oldest intact Russian building in Sitka. It was built in 1842 to be the residence for the Bishop of the Orthodox Church. It was closed in 1969, obtained by the National Park Service, and restored to its original appearance during a 16-year project that began in 1973. The house is one of only 4 Russian period buildings left in North America. The first floor of the house now serves as a museum that you can explore on your own, and free guided tours of the second floor are available from May to September. St. Michael's Cathedral in downtown houses an important collection of Russian Orthodox art and church treasures. It was built between 1844 and 1848, but the original cathedral was destroyed by a fire in January of 1966. It has since been reconstructed to its original form, and today houses icons and religious objects that were salvaged from the fire. The cathedral is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. St. Michael's Cathedral has the distinction of being the first Russian church built in America. The Fortress of the Bear is a non-profit education and rescue center with a 3/4-acre habitat for orphaned black and brown bear cubs. Visitors can get up-close views of the bears from covered viewing areas and listen to educational presentations about the resident bears. Admission is $15 for adults, $5 for children 8 to 18, and children 7 and under are free. But keep in mind that admission is not sold in advance and you can't make reservations, so be sure to arrive early on the day of your visit so you can get in. The Alaska Raptor Center rehabilitates injured birds and releases them back into the wild. The few that don't regain flight remain at the center and are visible to guests. The center is home to eagles, owls, hawks, and falcons. Adult admission is $16, children aged 6 to 12 are $8, and children 5 and under are free. Visitors to the Sheldon Jackson Museum have the opportunity to see one of the oldest ethnographic collections in Alaska. The Reverend Dr. Sheldon Jackson recognized the importance of saving cultural objects for the benefit of future generations. From Alaska Native watercraft to tools, equipment, clothing, and ceremonial objects such as masks. The present museum, located just a 10-minute walk from the center of town, was the first concrete structure in Alaska built in 1897. The museum has been listed on the National Register of Historic Places since 1972. Choosing your adventure in Sitka has the potential to be difficult, not from lack of choice, but from overabundance of options. If your day in Sitka is short, perhaps consider a shore excursion offered through your cruise line that offers a variety of experiences and transportation. A longer port day could give a visitor more opportunity to explore on their own, with more time to see and do the things that matter the most to them. The Visit Sitka website lists several coffee shops and places that you can check out to eat, and it's written by locals, so I know they know what's good. For seafood, they say to check out Beak Restaurant or Halibut Point Crab and Chowder. Pizza Express specializes in Italian food and Mexican food. And you can find French-style pastries at Wildflower Cafe and Bakery, along with sandwiches, salads, and coffee. Speaking of coffee, they say to check out Bumble Expedition's Misfit Island Cafe or Highliner Coffee for your caffeine fix. Harbor Mountain Brewing Company is the microbrewery in Sitka. While it may not be close to your cruise ship dock, Sitka does have public transportation options available if you don't want to walk the distance. As far as shopping, Fortress of the Bear, the Alaska Raptor Center, the Sitka History Museum, all these places have gift shops, as would probably be expected. In addition to these, other shops to check out include the Wintersong Soap Company, Sitka Bazaar, the Russian American Company, Alaskan Designed, and Alaska Pure Sea Salt Company. There is also a bookstore in Sitka called Old Harbor Books. I know this is not all-encompassing. I've never been to Sitka, so I can't speak to personal experience. I would love to visit this city one day simply because of the Russian influence on the area. I think it's fascinating that they still have original Russian structures there. There also seems to be an abundance of places that are listed on the National Register of Historic Places, which I think is cool, but I would love to visit Sitka one day. So if you've visited Sitka, please leave any tips, tricks, hints, things that you have experienced, things you liked in a comment, because I'd love to read those, and I think it might help anybody else out too. And if you've got questions, leave those in a comment, because maybe one day I will go to Sitka and I will have some answers that I'll be able to share with you. So for now, that's all I've got. Thanks for watching. You guys will see me in another video really soon. Bye!